Welcome to Speed Kolor, a podcast and YouTube channel about custom motorcycle culture. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to get all the latest content. You can also follow Speed Kolor on Instagram. We hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome back to Speed Kolor, or if you're here for the first time, welcome to Speed Kolor. Today, we're going to take a look at a couple bikes, interesting pieces, I think. Cafe Racer, and I think the other one is a Salt Flats bike, or going to be.
Yeah, Salt Flats Speeder.
Yeah. So back with us is Mr. Kevin Brown. Kevin has an absolutely fantastic shop here. I'm taking some video of the shop, and I'll share that with you as well. But Kevin has this great shop, passionate about motorcycles, does a lot of, so far his builds seem to be a lot of smaller CC Cafe Racer stuff. But you know, it's part of the custom motorcycle culture, and that's why I want to bring you his story and his stuff. So that's what we're up to today. Kevin, welcome. Good to have you back.
Thanks, Bruce. Yeah. Thanks for coming out.
And this one is still in the process, just about done, I think.
Yes.
By the look of things. But I think this one's fairly special. So rather than me trying to figure out what questions to ask, I'm going to let Kevin jump in and tell you about this bike and where it came from, what the origins are, and where he's going with it.
Right. Well, thanks. Thanks, Bruce. Kind of a short story on the origin on this one. I didn't build this bike. I bought it from a guy in Regina. Actually, he built a Honda CR500 race bike.
Okay.
And I phoned him about that because I wanted to purchase it from him. And he said he'd sold it. But he had this one on the go. So he totally takes them down, rebuilds everything, sent me all the pictures of the guts and everything that he'd had out of it and how he was treating everything. So we came to an arrangement, and of course it's a Regina and I'm not. But his son was coming through like 2 months later, so he put it in the pickup and delivered it, which was kind of cool. Mm-hmm. So it's a 65 CB 160 Sport. Honda made it, 160 Sport. He's done a little more to it, of course. I did the solo kind of seat there, shorty mufflers. They're not really a clip-on, they're a Clubman bar, actually, one piece. And he went with the Honda Red frame, basically added the extended the trumpets, the velocity stacks on the carbs there. Mm-hmm. It was always a two-cylinder, two-carb kind of thing. But he got rid of the side panels and opened it up.
Right.
You know, more a cafe style, really. And I've just basically I've cleaned it up a bit, made it a little prettier, added some decals. Here's the coarse exhaust wrap. It's not as smooth.
Right. You were talking
this is
about
the black
this
stuff.
On the last episode.
It's a volcanic stone they grind up and they make into this stuff. And so again, the secret, get it wet, stretch it, wring it out, stretch it. And I use double clamps. These are little stainless steel straps you buy to start and stop them kind of thing. So they don't move or anything.
But I see what you mean. This is not as, let me try and be polite. This is not as refined looking as on the Ducati.
Right. Yeah. Or the Vintage Racer too.
Yes.
And I think I used that one as well in the Beamer there. It's just sort of a look.
Yeah.
People love them or hate them kind of thing. I love it. And but you see some negative thoughts about it now and then, right?
Yeah. So, I love this little
shorty
section back here. Oh my goodness, that's...
Yeah. So right now what's preventing this from being back on the road is license plate. So I'm building a license plate bracket there. Yeah, modeled it out of cardboard. Mm-hmm. It's CAD, right? Computer cardboard aided design.
Right.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at building things out of cardboard.
Yeah.
Well, as kids, my dad's shirts came with a cardboard, the start shirt.
Yes, yes.
And and Scotch tape and some scissors and a pencil.
Wow, I haven't thought
I could
about
make
that in ages.
anything. You wouldn't believe the spaceships and cars and wheels and things I made out of cardboard. So, I made that one up. And then I got another one here, cardboard. This is supposed to be the battery box, which I'm abandoning. Got a new battery box bracket. The batteries are smaller now.
Yep.
So I'm modifying that for...
So where did this come from?
Well, that was actually the guy who built the bike. I forget his name right now. He made it, but it was all crooked.
Oh, okay.
So we ground it apart, and that was before I took my TIG welding course. And so the goalie on our hockey team has a metal fabrication company. He built my welding table and the caps for these guys, backsplash for the sink and that sort of stuff. And he just welded it square. But it's the wrong size, so I'm going to carve it up. And I've got some ideas on how to make it look racy. I like holes, or like in the side of that thing. Yeah. So we need that, the battery and the license plate. I think I've actually... I think I registered this one already as well as an antique. Again, the same trick, never have to register it again. And they didn't ask for an OPI, out of province inspection or anything. So I got 3 bikes done that day and I didn't have to do anything to...
That's strange too, coming from Regina. Yeah. Because if it's been registered in Alberta, then they won't ask you for one.
Yeah.
But it's surprising. Well, maybe the last place it was registered was Alberta. Who knows?
I'm trying to think. I think because I did 3 of them. It's this one, the little Passport, and the Ducati upstairs. And when they were going for it, I said, well, I'll do as many as I can so that I don't get tripped up somewhere. Well, you still want everything to work.
Yep.
But it could be onerous sometimes. Right? So pretty short history on it. And, a couple things need to be addressed. He just used electrical tape on the cables to make them look better. It's got to redo that. And
now the frame on this hasn't been modified? Oh.
So we're back.
Well, sorry about that, folks. Another overhead door technician. Anyway, I think they're getting it worked out, but it's interrupted us a couple of times.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think where we left off is I just asked Kevin about the frame on this. So the frame is all stock?
Yes. Well, that's CB 160 Sport all the way.
And no modifications to the back. I notice it hasn't had a hoop put on it or anything like that.
No, somehow he's just... Henry Boos out of Regina, Saskatchewan, crafted this.
Okay.
SaskTel guy.
Yeah, because is this piece metal?
I think so. Tap it.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's 2 pieces there. A lot of them are fiberglass.
Yes.
Yeah. So good, very nice. And I was gonna mention the tank. And the things that manufacturers used to do with gas tanks, the chrome panel and the knee pads,
3D emblem.
Yeah,
Screwed
exactly.
on. Cheek pads.
On. Yeah, just beautiful workmanship.
But you know why they don't do it? There's 4 pieces there.
Right.
There's a tank, the chrome, the cheek pad, and the badge. Now there's one with a decal.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly. Yeah, it's all about cost and
parts
timing
support
and manufacturing and everything. Sure. Yeah. But beautiful stuff. Look at those front forks. I mean, there's lots of detail there too. And just, when you look at motorcycles, it's beautiful what we used to do and what we do now. But the older stuff, there's just some really nice design work.
Just regular forks. I may just take off the shrouds here.
Right.
So you see the springs.
Okay.
Like on the Ducati up there.
Yeah.
They just, more visual interests are like the back.
And that front fender, that doesn't look stock?
I think it is. I have the sheet for the 160 Sport over there. I think that's the way it came.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
That's fairly small for a
manufacturer. Yeah. We'll look it up off camera here and
Cool.
See if I told a fib.
Very good. Okay. Well, we're going to take a look over on this side now on the other lift. So we'll move the camera over and Kevin will tell us about this other one.
Thanks.
Well, we moved the camera over so we can see the other lift here. And I have to tell you, I'm excited to hear what Kevin has to say about this one, because this is cool. And some of you may know that Salt Flats racing is something I've always wanted to do, and it's not off the list yet. I may not be the rider, but I may still be involved in building a bike to go to the Salt Flats. You never know. But anyway, this one is super cool. I can see where Kevin's going with it, and I'm going to let Kevin tell us about it.
Thanks, Bruce. So this one's been around a while. Life gets in the way, right?
Yeah, it does.
This is a 1975 Suzuki A100. It's a 100cc two-stroke engine. Alan Nielsen in our club has the exact same bike. Same color and everything. So when I get to the final stages, definitely putting the elbow on Alan.
There you go.
Yeah. So this is your basic. Not a lot has changed. But your basic, it had the little mini ape upstand handlebars and the regular banana seat, some basic shocks and stuff like that. Big air cleaner. It looks sort of like something a St. Bernard would carry under its chin, right? So this, although I'm calling it a Salt Flats racer, I don't actually think it's not intent to go down there. I'm struggling to find a guy to build an expansion chamber for it right now.
Right.
Guy in Edmonton, I think. There's lots of programs you can buy to design it for you. You have to take the cylinder apart and put some tin foil on it, mark out the ports and measure those and all that. So that's just the way that goes. But that, I think an expansion chamber definitely would liven it up a bit. Otherwise, I'll just take the old pipe and bend it upwards just because the other one was straight.
Yeah. Well, two-strokes really respond to expansion chambers.
The whole design of them as they expand and go to that tight exhaust is the pressure wave goes through there and bounces back and forces more fuel and some of the exhaust into the cylinder.
Right.
So instead of just a shot, it gets a shot plus of fuel air.
Right.
Yeah, so it's pretty clever. Right. So this thing, so Salt Flats Racer. I'm not trying to, like I said, trying to go to the Salt Flats, so I don't have to meet any guidelines or restrictions they have for about what you do to the bike. I like the look of them. They're cool.
They're cool.
So I bought some little straight bars, which I'll cut off, and then I put some vinyl wrap that looks like carbon fiber on there just as a test, so I can fake that carbon fiber bars. We're getting rid of the signal lights. Of course, I had a little bullet LEDs, but they're to be incorporated into a fairing here, I think.
So will this be streetable?
Oh yeah,
That's
absolutely
the goal for it. Okay.
License plate, the works.
Cool.
Yeah. So got rid of the air cleaner. Bought this K&N one, which they won't sell to Canada for some reason. So had it sent to my sister's place at Atomic Motors and picked it up there.
All right.
Just to clean it up, make it a little simpler, right? Opens up some space. I'm going to do something artistic in there, I think, kind of. I saw some bikes at the Mecum motorcycle auction last January, or past January, and they had like a shredder kind of fake little design on the front, in front of the cylinders, a Gilliard or something, a European bike from the 50s. Looked pretty cool. The illusion of something, but it's not really there because it's mostly the absence of stuff, negative space sort of thing, you know. So all I've done on this one so far, the air cleaner, I made these little speed hubs here. That each side just out of some aluminum and put them together and use some vinyl fake carbon fiber on both sides.
Right.
And then bought some rubber edge trim to finish them up. And these are just zip tying onto the spokes. You have to use tweezers to get them started on the far side.
I'll bet.
When one's tight.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the idea there. Turns out you can't buy 10 or 20 feet of this. I had to buy 200.
Really?
And I bought 2 different sizes because I wasn't sure how round I wanted it. So
you've got lots
I've got
here.
extra if somebody needs. I put it around the windshields, the windscreens on the bikes, like on the vintage racer. Trims off the edge.
Yeah.
It's on the Beamer over there too, sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that vinyl carbon fiber, that stuff's amazing, isn't it?
It looks pretty trick. I mean, it's obvious at the splice where this is just sheet aluminum.
Yeah.
You know, just cut it out with a grinder kind of thing.
For the effect. I mean,
Exactly.
It looks just great.
And then my favorite thing is Bruce knows, tire stickers.
Tirestickers.com.
Yeah. So here, tirestickers.com, whatever you want. Nice. So my sister and her husband, here's the pitch. They own Atomic Motors in Las Vegas. It's a classic car and motorcycle dealership. They got like 39 employees, 5 acres, 4 buildings, 350 vehicles, 50 motorcycles. They got everything there, you know. So I'm doing this sort of in homage to them. So it's, you know, the Atomic Motors. This isn't their exact font. It sort of is. But from tire stickers, tell them what you want, make it up, glue them on.
Nice.
I think it makes them look quite good.
It looks great. And lots of colors available?
Yeah, I went for yellow on these because
Yeah.
I wanted to highlight something different. And then the yellow zip ties for there. I've tried 3 or 4 different tanks on here, what I wanted to do, and I've sort of settled, like going back to the original tank. I had various tanks where I was going to cut off the bottom to wedge a flat bottom or whatever. I like this one, and I've got a bunch of other tanks. One sitting back there I bought from the old motorcycle shop that I want to cut the back off like that and use it for the speed hump at the seat.
Okay.
And then the front of it, I want to use it as a bit of a fairing. And then the tunnel there, I bought this 3 stacked LED light for like a mountain bike or something.
Right.
It's quite tiny.
Yeah.
So that'll fit in there.
Nice.
Just look a little weird, you know.
See, there's that creativity
There you go.
coming out. Yeah.
And of course, get rid of the bumblebees here. These are giant things. And off the back as well. Have to have them because it had them when it was original.
Right.
Unlike the CB there, it didn't have signal lights to begin with, so you don't have to have them now.
What year is this?
75.
75.
I'll get rid of these shrouds here. I won't need the ears for the headlight.
Right.
And then I bought I forget the name of the company. They make custom gauges. So I bought a GPS speedometer. And you can pick your font and the style of the needle.
Yeah.
I was going to mount this. Actually, I was going to, out of the fairing, I was going to use the tank fill caps hole, put it in there and make a little shroud. And it works GPS. You're just running a wire to a little antenna on the back.
Nice.
So I don't have a cable. Remember, no cable for the Speedo up on the
Yeah, you got to let
Ducati.
me know how that works out.
Yeah, it is battery operated,
Yeah.
right? And these lights too, I think they're only 6 volts. This is a 12 volt. I bought a couple long toggle single pole, single throw switches that sort of light up, long just levers, sort of like on for the ignition and on for the light. They'll just be battery operated or something. Right. But sort of like salt flats, you don't need a key or anything. These aren't whatever. I'll never be far from it with the club or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just debating right now if I cut off the center stand and just have the side stand, or if I keep the side or keep the center. Pretty handy to have a center stand, and just cut off the side stand just to clean up the bottom a little bit.
Right.
It's a pressed metal frame, right? So there's no steel tubing or anything. You don't really want to mess with a bunch of that. You want to use all the bolt locations, like I do.
Right.
I'm not comfortable enough TIG welding that I want to weld on a frame I'm riding on. And there's those cheap Chinese remote reservoir shocks that I bought.
Yes, those are special.
Yeah, get a little bit of color, and $100 for the pair, and the reservoir is fake.
Right.
I don't know how well these are going to work at all, but they were the right price for this budget build. And modern rubber, again, some more Avons here, Road Rider, with a tube and a tubeless tire.
I like that on these they actually put a thumb screw under here and make it look like this.
That's right. The illusion continues.
That might do something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know, there's no oil or gas or anything in there. Yeah. Yeah, so this has been installed, and labeled everything. Of course, got to be able to find which ones are the signal lights.
Have you had this one running?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Runs good?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, it's 100cc two-stroke. I mean, what do you talk? 6 horsepower? 5?
Yeah. But it runs good.
Yeah, it ran.
Yeah. 2 strokes are pretty.
Remember, I can take things apart, not necessarily put them back together, right? So I probably rely on some help for that. And apart from that, there's the battery. It's so tiny, right? And it's a little
Oh, yeah.
tiny thing.
Now,
Actually, it is a 6-volt system.
will you go lithium or?
No.
No?
I had a lithium in the Ducati, but I've seen too many videos of fires from lithium batteries being charged in guys' garages. You know, the one wheels or certain scooters or whatever. They got a camera in the garage. Next thing you know, oof.
Yeah.
I like lead acid and I like the sealed ones rather than the ones where you add acid and use maintenance.
Right.
So those ones are good. They don't leak or anything like that. That's my preference. They're heavier.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. It's got to have a speed hump so we can hide that. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to, right now the oil injection thing is out of here. I was going to actually modify all that and just go with mixed gas, you know, for 20 to 1 or whatever. But I decided against that. I was just going to narrow it by cutting that side panel in half and whatever.
I see.
It's down here somewhere. And I still got to decide. I got a bunch of different fenders down here to fiddle fart around with.
Well, this is cool. This, like I say,
It's not going to be fast, but nobody else will have one at Peter's Drive-In.
No. And your creativity is coming out, and I love the, you know, the idea, the look, the salt flats racer look.
You never see. Where do you see? You see now and then back on a Fat Boy Harley or something. They have a solid steel wheel, and certain other bikes you see them. Like I think it started this about 6 years ago, maybe 7, and I'm a little worried if I don't get it done, everyone's going to do this. They don't look like I copied them.
Right on.
Yeah.
Good.
And this is when my bike was at back at Blackfoot Motor Works, getting a recall for the Beamer. I kept the tag. I like this one here. Need to work on. It's a reminder.
So is that where this one came from?
Well, actually, it came from a salesman at Blackfoot Motor Works.
Okay.
Yeah. He was selling it, and I was looking for a pressed metal frame bike. 2-stroke.
Yeah.
Because they're simple and you have less stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any 2-stroke bikes, so that was kind of and my loving and understanding wife didn't balk. So,
Nice.
so like Steve's wife the other day at that meeting, you know.
Oh,
she was all for it.
With her new, what is that, a Radiant or something?
Yeah, Yamaha Radiant, I think.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, so this one here, I mean, I've seen, I tried to contact a guy in England. I saw a kit where they did a revised head for these and expansion chamber kit and everything. And couldn't get a hold of them, the wrong address, who knows, whatever it was. Saw it in a magazine. So that killed that idea. So I'm just on the expansion chamber. There's people that do it, but they spend a lot of time developing it, and then they want to sell 100 of them.
Right.
I need one.
Yeah.
It might be pretty price prohibitive even if they take it on. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
You never know. Sometimes you luck in and...
yeah. Somebody's sympathetic or interested in, instead of welding another one up, maybe get it in the bench and flow it a bit. And
so do you want to give us a tour of your shop?
Oh, sure. We got some time, I think.
We can do that?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll use the other camera for that.
Oh, okay. Sure.
All right. Let's do that.
Fantastic. Thanks, Bruce. So.
All right. Well.
So you don't know what you're filming right now?
Can't
see.
I know I'm filming everything.
Okay.
So I'll just have...
It'll be this high in the picture?
I'll have to do some constructive editing. Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted you guys to get a look at Kevin's shop. This shop is really something else.
Different.
It's it's different. It's very well done. It's functional. I like that Kevin is not one of those guys who just comes in here and looks at stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I see sawdust and different things happening, and Kevin talked about polishing pieces and making dust and dirt, which is going to happen if you're going to do stuff. So I like that it's a functional shop, but man, it's clean, it's organized, and I love all the memorabilia or decorations, whatever you want to call it. There's some really cool, there's posters, there's pictures, there's artwork, there's motorcycle parts, there's all kinds of stuff that just give the shop a real style, a real ambiance. It's very cool. So Kevin, why don't you take us for a little walk around here and show us some of the highlights? And of course, the motorcycle.
Well, we'll start with the motorcycles,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah. I'll get out of your way.
Oh.
I'll step back here.
We can go left to right.
Sure. Yep. That'll work.
So this is my latest acquisition. It was from the guy 4 doors down here.
Oh, okay.
It's a 1982 Honda Passport CT70. Basically a Cub.
Yep.
With 70 Cs as opposed to 50. And not 110, not the powerful one. Yeah, this will do about 70 kilometers an hour.
And you said 82. 82.
Yeah. Of course, with 70 cc's, you need an electric start because you wouldn't want to have to deal with that.
No.
Yeah. So it's got electric start and my number 16 on it. All I've done to this one is, it was in pretty good shape as it was.
I was going to say really nice condition.
Yeah, Matthew had rebuilt it or restored it. All I did was add the airplane thing. You used to have these, they clip to your handlebars in your bicycle.
Right.
So they fly, back in the 60s, 50s sort of thing. So I just made a little bracket. It came with this little rat trap kind of parcels thing. It's got another one in the back. So it's kind of a dangerous bike because it doesn't go fast enough if you're on the road.
And it used to go fast enough.
Well, 70 or 80, maybe when I was 150 pounds, not 200 plus.
No, but I'm just saying, back in the day, I mean, that was enough to zip around the city and do what you had to do. And
somebody put 10,000 kilometers on it.
Is that right? Wow.
A little over 10,600 or something. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so took that to Peter's Drive-In night. We had to find all the back roads, so we weren't on a busy road.
Yeah.
Then the next one, this is a 2006 Paul Smart. Basically, it was a Ducati in 2006 paid homage to Paul Smart that transformed the world's view of Ducati from a small bike manufacturer to a super bike manufacturer. Prior to that time, all they had was 450 was their biggest bikes.
Okay.
So they had not prior to 2006, but back in 1972, Paul Smart won the Imola 250. Ducati came first and second. Beat Honda, beat Yamaha, Suzuki, Norton, everybody. Beat everybody. And all of a sudden, hey, the Ducati, that's what's going on there, right? So his bike was silver with this greenish kind of frame. It had the side panels. His number is number 16. And, fully fared like that. Mm-hmm. This is the modern version of that based on the Sport 1000 that Ducati made, I think 2005, 6, 7. This is a 1 year only. They made 2,000 of them, kind of limited production. I think they sold out in 3 minutes in the world or something. And I never bought it then. Couldn't afford it.
Right.
It's not a bike you can ride anywhere, really. It's kind of a poser bike, totally sexy.
Yeah.
I know one guy that put 30,000 kilometers on it, but he was a smaller guy, had a big tank bag, and he just laid on it. This thing is such a stretch. And the clutching is really heavy. And the braking, your wrists are always, it's hard on your body to ride in traffic. And unless you're doing 150 plus, where the wind is hitting you and taking the weight off your arms, it's a limited distance ride.
Right.
But single shock swing arm, tire stickers, of course. Modern rubber, some Michelin PR4s on this one.
Yeah.
Termigioni exhaust. Couple little race tech things, covers for the clutch and whatnot. That's the way I got it. I bought it secondhand off of a owner when Revolution went out of business here.
Right.
And, you know, you take it somewhere and I'd say half the time somebody's waiting there to hear it start up with the Turbigione pipe because it's loud.
Yeah.
I'm sure it doesn't meet any criteria.
Yeah.
But, you know, once you get it 4,000 or 5,000, it's pretty nice sounding. It's just a twin cylinder L shape, 2 valve per cylinder, not a lot of power, 90 horsepower. It's, you know, 420 pounds sort of thing. So it scoots along okay, fairly torquey. It's not a super bike per se of super bike status now.
Right.
It is compared to when the Honda came out, the 69, the 750.
Right.
But it's just one of the sexiest looking bikes around.
It's beautiful, yeah.
So of course I put stickers on the tires and some historical decals on the back because that's what I do. And
the number 16.
That's Paul Smart, yep. So that goes on all my bikes. I don't know if your camera catches up on all that, but then this guy over here, you know, started riding when I was 8.
Right.
But then once you get through other motorcycles and you go back to school and you graduate and then you have a family, motorcycles disappear, right?
That happens to a lot of us.
Yeah, so that happened. And then 2001, I bought this bike, exactly the same as this bike, but not this bike here, from Dave Anderson and Anderworks on consignment.
Yeah.
It's a 1980 BMW R100S air-cooled twin, right? What I've learned is there's only 48 of these made. It's called an exclusive sport. Couldn't figure out any information. And my brother-in-law was a member of BMW owners group. He's got a Beamer, and I contacted their historical division in Germany and sent back and forth, and they sent me all the stuff they had on it. And that's where they showed the pictures and some of the marketing stuff and the information, and that was 48 made. Because if you, Ian Falloon, he's the BMW expert in the world sort of thing. He's got a number of books he's written about them. He talks about this, and he talks about Smith and Butler, about bringing 30 of them in to do this, that, whatever. And I go, well, maybe so, but I've got the documentation from BMW. It's all in German. So I've had it translated. Well, Google Translate for most of it, and then I had Jens from our club go over it and refine it a bit.
Right.
Yeah. And so I think I bought that one with 35,000 clicks on it, and I sold it at 89,000. So I bought it in 2001 and went to my brother-in-law. We rode from Calgary to Denver, Colorado. 3-day ride for the Colorado 100,000 foot ride. So what they do is their Denver BMW or whatever they're called, I think. They had a Saturday where they'd have this ride. They had like 300 people register. And you'd ride from Denver up to Estes Park. It's sort of like Banff. It's an hour, 70 miles or whatever from Denver. It's in the mountains. And as you go, Denver's already high. It's like 4,000, 5,000 feet, right? And as you ride through the passes going up to Estes Park, you go over a 5,000 or a 10,000 foot pass and an 8,000 foot pass. That's 18,000. Then another 10,000 is 28,000. Well, you do 104,000 feet in passes in that day. So it's a Colorado 100,000 foot ride.
There you go.
So I rode it down there. Very uncomfortable. The original banana seat and everything. Not a good thing. 3 days riding down to Denver, 2,300. Well, we went the crooked road, so probably 2,500 kilometers.
But it was still worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Both ways. Yeah, 3 days there, 1 day ride, 3 days back.
Yeah.
So I sold that one with 89 when I'd heard about this bike through Dave. This one was actually purchased in Cochrane when the BMW dealership was there.
Okay, yeah.
And he knew the guy that had it, and I tracked him down, and he'd sold it to his buddy. And so he gave me his name, and I phoned him, and he was willing to sell it because the wife wanted hardwood floors in the kitchen. Damn. Yeah, that's how you do that.
Good trade.
Good, yeah, well, he got floors, I got the bike.
Yeah.
And it only had 18,000 kilometers on it. And it was totally original. My other one had been repainted, so these are the original stickers and everything. It's in really mint condition, really. And that came with the BMW panniers.
Yeah.
They look like Krauser bags because Krauser kind of invented them, and then BMW bought them and put their emblem on them, right?
Right.
But Krauser bags look exactly the same from the earlier ones. You know, so limited edition, polished front fork lowers came with it, polished rear hub, and the special paint job. You got the chromed pannier stays. What else? There's a couple other little things on there that are different from their basic R100.
It's beautiful.
It's really nice, yeah. It's all, the seat's not cracked, it's all original. It's got the chain lock. If you lift up the seat, the frame's got a tube, and you can put a chain lock in there. It's kind of a two-piece thing. And it's got a little air pump under the side there, so you can pump your tire up on the side of the road. All the airheads had that, though. I think all of them did, yeah. So my first bike back into biking back in 2001 was this R100S here. And I'd taken it up to Alaska as well, Hyder, Alaska from Calgary. You should do that ride. It's only 2 days. Like, Alaska comes way down the west coast of BC.
Right.
So you don't have to go up to 60th parallel. 2 days. It's like going to Prince Rupert. At the native gas station about 2 hours from Prince Rupert, you turn right going, I forget the highway number, to go past the Bear Glacier and to Stewart, which is in Canada. And then 4 kilometers away is Hyder, Alaska. That's pretty cool. 2-day ride. Leave Thursday morning, drinking beer in the Glacier Bar Friday night. Leave Saturday morning, back home for supper Sunday night. Paved road all the way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy actually, because we went up there, had the beers, and it's like an old gunslinging town. As soon as you hit the border, dirt road, gravel roads, right into the town. It looks like an old gunfighting movie in Cowboys or something. Did that, and so we came back, and we were checking back into Canada at the border crossing, and the border agent said, "So, were you up here to see the bears?" I said, "Well, what bears? We just came for a beer." No, bears. Up the road about 7-8 clicks. They built these wooden walkways above the river. And this time of year, the salmon run is on. We did it in August. And all the bears come down and they slap the salmon.
Yeah.
So we came back into the U.S. again, went up there. And there must have been probably 9 bears there. And there's so many salmon. The water's shallow. There's a little bit of rapid kind of stuff where they're jumping, but mainly they just scoop them up. They get so lazy, they just set them on a rock and they step on them, and all the roe splashes out on the rock, and they just lick up the roe.
Okay.
Not even eating the salmon. They're just going for roe, a lot of them, you know. But it was a big, I don't know what you would call it, a boardwalk that's 15, 20 feet above the river and goes across the river and down the side. And you have all these bears. Really cool.
Nice.
So that was...
And just 2 days away.
Just 2 days away. Paved. What a country. Well, it's gravel all the way up to the bears, the 7 or 9 kilometers from the border. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, so I only have 28 on that one now. It maybe gets... Well, I went out to Nakus BMW rally a couple of years ago, so you put on maybe 1,500 there.
Right.
Riding around a day or two there, maybe 2,000 clicks. Then there's the this red and graphite gray one, I guess. That is it's a 2005 BMW R1200 ST. Stands for Sport Touring. They only made it a couple of years. People didn't like the stacked double hexagon headlight. Styling and that kind of was a little weird. I quite liked it.
There's a lot of styling there. There's a lot of motorcycle, isn't there?
There's a lot going on there, and I'd looked for a couple of years looking for one. I wanted a blue and silver one. Look, and eventually found this one in Ottawa in 2009.
Oh, really? In Ottawa?
In Ottawa.
Wow.
I had a buddy living there.
Yeah.
So he went and checked it out, bought it, kept it in his garage for it was only going to be for a couple of weeks. But playing hockey had broken my ankle, so I had to wait 11 weeks till I was off the crutches and stuff. I still had the air cast, but you could wear riding boots during the day and put the air cast on at night.
Right.
Turns out it's a 4-day ride from Ottawa for me,
Yep.
about 1,000 clicks a day, 900 clicks a day. And so that one is pretty stock. It's got a cap delete, so it's got the header and the Remus pipe on it.
Okay.
And that's about it. I wrapped the exhaust, put number 16 on it, all that sort of stuff.
Of course you put number 16 on it.
I did. Yeah. And it's a really good sport touring bike. Put a Sargent aftermarket seat on it.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else. I mean, the tank bag clips into the Motec ring, which is really good. I love those tank bags.
Right.
They just snap on and off. Panniers hold lots. You can take it right to the edge, like, a quarter inch on the chicken strip. They're like those old tires, those Michelins. I got some Dunlops on here now, which I really like. Get about nearly double the mileage that the Michelins do, and they're just as sticky. But you can take that tire right to the edge, and you don't rub anything. No feeler gauges, no kickstand, nothing.
Wow.
It's just really, really sport touring. It's kind of built for that. Yeah.
Well, and BMW's always been good for that kind of design.
This is the first mounted fairing on a commercial manufacturer was the R9ES. Back in '73, I think they came out. Yeah, sporting heritage, right?
Yeah.
I got I think I bought it at 35,000, 39,000. I got 106,000 on it now. And it just runs, what can I say?
Yeah.
It goes good, plenty of power for 2 up. Otherwise, I don't think you need a bike at 1,200, if you're just by yourself. I got a V-Strom 1000 because the wife and I would go on that, but really the V-Strom, the 650 is a better bike. I think it's smoother, it's lighter, better mileage. That's all you need, really, I think, for a solo rider. Yeah. But, the extra power is pretty nice.
The BMW is a lot like a Goldwing in that you'll just keep riding it.
Yeah. There's very little protection here, whereas a Goldwing, the only time you get wet is when you stop.
Yeah.
This one you can get wet on.
Yeah. Because
the fairing and the windshield is, it moves up or down, but only about 1.5 inches. Yeah. So that, I really, really like this bike. You don't see too many of them, which is what I really like, actually.
Right.
As you might have guessed, I don't know if you've seen any of these on the road before. Those you will.
Yeah.
Pretty rare. I think there's 3 or 4 of these in Calgary.
Okay.
Blueswick, guy in Nahakwood owns one, and I've heard about a 4th one. Richard Proud had one. That'd be 4. And so I think there's 5, actually, or there was. And then this guy, this is a 1973 Honda 350G. So the first year with the front disc brake.
Right.
And
you said Larry?
Peter.
Peter's got one like this?
2 serial numbers apart, right?
Same color?
Looks exactly the same, yeah.
Is that right?
His is more original. I think I got a seat cover on mine.
Okay.
I think his is more original and a little bit better shape, which is nice.
This one's pretty good, though.
This one's pretty good. I know where to look to show you the bad stuff.
I love the faded paint.
Do you love the 16 on there?
Yes.
This is the original tank. It came with a spare one.
I wonder.
That one, when you flip it around, there's a dent on the top of the tank.
Okay.
So that's why it's mounted looking that way. And the color's a little different there and whatnot. But so this one, I bought this one because I wanted to do a cafe of it. Mm-hmm. I bought it from a guy in Red Deer. So I went up there and got it. And then sort of like the tank, the Benelli 260 tank. It was too nice. I couldn't cut it up.
Right. And that's...
It was just too nice.
Yeah.
It's all stock.
They run forever, and they run well. And when they're in this kind of condition, man, you hate to cut them up.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it needs some new rubber. That's getting kind of long in the tooth. And, I'm not 100% purist, except for this one. I think everything's been modified. I guess the Passport, not so. But this one I might get like some historical tire rubber on it.
Right.
Narrower like that rather than going to a tubed airless or tubeless tire with tubes or something in a modern profile. I'm not going to go touring on it or anything. It's just for hanging around with the guys, doing some little rides. Like if I get this running for this weekend, we'll take this out to the Springbank Airport.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the bike, because you can go on the highway with this.
Passenger pegs?
Passenger pegs, non-existent. I think they've been removed.
They were. I just wondered if you still had them. Or...
Nope, not me.
Mm.
I see the little mounts there for the also hang the
Yep.
mufflers with, eh?
Yep.
Yeah. No, there's lots of little things that, you know, you can point out. Somebody at one time crunched the ears on this one that's not quite, you know, there was a scrape on the end of this. I think he must have brushed something. This had a scrape. I think he might have dropped it.
Well, we'll have to look for some pegs for you, because I think that's the mounting point.
I think it is too.
Right there. I think it's all set to go.
It's all set to go.
The reason I was looking at pegs is, you know, I looked at, what did I look at the other day? A Rebel, or anyway, one of the Hondas.
The new Rebel?
And everything new, the pegs for the passenger
Or the Grasshopper.
are mounted way the heck up here.
Yeah, it's Grasshopper.
And
Look.
I look at that and I think, okay, who over the age of 30 is sitting on the back of that thing, right? And, you know, we used to put the pegs down where it was reasonable and you could ride comfortably on the back of the thing. So it's just one of those things that I always look at to see what the peg position is.
Well, the pegs for this guy and this guy are all good. They're comfortable. Yep. This one has none. It's not a...
Right.
It's a solo kind of ride,
solo,
yeah. Yeah. So I just leave them on the battery tenders all the time, and hopefully that seems to keep them for years.
Yeah.
You know, whenever you ride, they always just run the battery tenders. I'm sold on them.
Yeah, it's definitely the thing to do.
Probably have a dozen of them.
Yeah, just keep them tuned right up, keep the batteries charged right up, and everything is good.
Yeah, that looks bad. The Michelin sticker with the Dunlop tires now.
Yeah, I was wondering
because that's the old PRs. That's the PR4s I had.
I've been through
4 sets of tires on that one. I think they're all Michelins. I was a PR guy, Pilot Road all the way. But now they have these Road Smart 4s,
right?
Dunlop, super nice tire.
Cool. And you're a bit of an aviation buff.
Yeah, my dad was always into the airplanes, and I built lots of airplane models when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. So for my dad, I always bought him these ghosts calendars, and they had this picture. The back of these pictures is a calendar, 1 month.
Oh, okay.
And so when he passed, you know, I got all this stuff, and I just cut them all up and then made some frames and mounted them all on there. You can see that I used the wrong glues. They're starting to come off. See the bubbles behind them? Mm-hmm. But like motorcycles and airplanes, why not?
They kind of go together, don't they?
You got that swoopy feeling, right?
Yeah, that's it. The swoopy feeling.
Yeah. I always thought I'd be a pilot, but not that good with air sickness, and my eyesight was bad. And the RMC, the military, wanted you to do 4 years of to pilot. You take your engineering with them 4 years. They pay for that. Then you have to serve 4 years. And that was an 8-year commitment.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
No.
I could commit 2 years to Nate. That was it. But then I went and did another 5 after that anyway, so I should have maybe done that. But
maybe you should have.
Yeah.
And then lots of tanks and helmets and just cool stuff hanging around makes it look good. Well,
the stuff just comes here now. Like half those helmets aren't mine.
Right.
Guys, well, that one with the scratch flat spot. That's from Larry when he crashed in the States. That's his. Landscaping guy. That's my original helmet from up there riding the XT500 on the third picture, top row.
Right.
That's from there, that one there. Don't even know where this one came from, the checkerboard one. Full face, my first full face. That was the first bike in '75 when I got back from England.
Cool.
Has a pattern, a heart, a rose in the side you can't see unless you look for it. I was quite impressed in '75 with that, yeah. Yeah, and then it's just mayhem everywhere else.
Yeah, no, it's a great shop. I like the lifts up at the front there, the workbench and everything, very nicely organized.
It's a combo motorcycle focused woodworking, metalworking kind of thing. to keep me out of the pool halls.
There you go. And what are you doing here? Tell us about this project.
Well, I wanted to, back in when you build plastic models, they come in called a sprue. It's how the plastic, all these channels, it gets to all the parts.
Right.
And I wanted to do...
is that what it's called? Is a sprue?
The sprue, that's that pieces there.
Okay.
And I wanted to do a motorcycle engine parts and then have the sprue pieces on it, make it look like it was a model kit. There's one in the Barber Vintage Motorcycle Museum in Leeds, Alabama there. Mm-hmm. And they have a Cobra, like an AC Cobra, full size. And they made it look with the sprue. They use it as a room divider. Okay. I went, oh, I could do that. That looked really good. So I was down there. I was at a conference in Atlanta, so I rented a car and went down there and looked at the Barber. And I thought, oh, I'm going to do that to a motorcycle engine, something smaller. So I was kind of on the look for it and checking it. And then Earl in our club said, well, I've got one you can have. I said, well, you don't have to give it to me, Earl. I'll buy it. He says, oh, no, it doesn't work. It's missing some parts. I found another one because he's doing a, refresh a XR100. Mm. So this is a 1986 XR100R dirt bike engine. And it missed a lot of parts, actually. But you put them on a board, you don't know. But trying right. to, so basically took it apart. And I wanted to, because there's so many parts, you can't do a sprue to each all this. There's too many. Before, this would be one sprue, and then this would be another.
Yes.
So I decided I was just going to mount it to a piece of plywood, but stretch it out like the isometric drawings you get that right. show which part goes to which part goes to which part. And so that people could see the intricacies inside of something that looks so simple from the outside. It's black, had a bottom, had a cylinder, had a cap, a carburetor, exhaust pipe. How simple could it be? Well, when you start pulling all the parts, like we've been chatting, right? You pull the parts out. Man, it's crazy. So all the missing parts, I went through the isometrics and tried to get everything as original as I could. I've cheated on a couple things just because they were $100 and I don't think we need the original bearings. 17 for 4 as opposed to 100 for 4. Right? So it's a piece of artwork, mostly correct. So Consolidated Compressor here in town, mm-hmm. you can rent their sandblasting booths by the minute.
Right.
Yeah, so I took it all apart and then sandblasted the cases, the cylinders, all the outside pieces, and then cleaned up all the internal pieces just with Varsol. And then recall the goalie on our hockey team, he's got a metal fabrication shop. So I took the cylinder, it's a 2-piece cylinder, top and barrel and top head, made a wooden frame for it so you could put it in and cut it in half. Mm-hmm. And that worked good until the blade hit the valve seats. Ooh, apparently they're quite hard. Yeah. He said, you would just sat there and it just wouldn't cut. We had to change blades, get something in there. Wow. So he cut it in half. And I wanted it in half, sort of like the breakaway engines. You can see the right. internal bits. Right. And when on the cut surfaces, they always paint them red. Right? So, yep. that's a mating surface that was previously one piece. So I wanted to see the inside, but you also want to see the outside. So it had to either face left or right. And I wanted to have them exploded a bit so you could see which part goes where and which gasket fit in which space, sort of thing. So cleaned it all up, then painted all the black, spray painted all the black parts. It's the outside was a black engine except the carb. And then missed a few pieces, which Jimmy McVie, mm-hmm. He got me that and a Kickstarter. And then Rex from the club got me, I think it was a gear shifter. And Earl found an old carb that he thinks looked pretty similar to what was on there. And then the clutch springs mm-hmm. and the valve springs, I painted them red because they're curly and they stick out that way and they look kind of interesting. Right?
It's fantastic, man. I can't.
So I'm trying to lay it out, and now I have all those bags, probably 25, maybe 30. I think there's 42 parts actually in the list from Partzilla. 3 right. from CMS, and the other 42 from Partzilla. Some were just a screw, a spring, a washer. But I'm trying to make it as authentic as I can to show the complexity.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. And you're doing that.
So I'm trying to do that. So got the plywood, put some finish on it, and then
So this will be the permanent mounting.
I'm gonna put a big French cleat on the back. It's gonna hang up on the wall beside Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. And I'm just sort of getting the spacing, because once you start, you better have it figured out, because you can't run out of room. If
Right.
all of this is supposed to line up and you run out of 6 inches of room there, now what do you do? Then it's not true to the cover, gasket, case.
Quite a project.
Right?
Good for you.
And just sort of laying out the lines to line everything up for either the center of the bearings here, the center of these guys here, this one for the screws down here, trying to figure out what the spacing is.
And I'll tell you, what impresses me the most is this was all over on that other table the first time I was here, which wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
And it's all migrated to here on this nice.
Well, I want my bench
piece.
back,
And
because it was totally unusable.
I got a lot of projects at my place that never change.
Yeah, well,
But
see those
Kevin's
two there?
Yeah.
That's kind of those. And like that bench I made is a 4x8 bench.
Right.
And this is 4x8, and I figured it would fit. And so I was kind of laying it out there because I needed the table saw underneath here to cut everything.
Right.
And these are just 2x4s, your basic 2x4.
Yeah.
They're not very pretty. You know, lots of knots and rough
Yeah.
edges, and they're
It
not
worked
straight.
It worked out great. Well,
think,
it
yeah.
hasn't worked out yet. but-
Fitness for use. You know, you can make it out of some sort of stained red oak, or you can do this, make it really pretty in that. Spend a lot more money and time on it. And fitness for use for me, black to go with all the black edges in here.
Yeah.
And big French cleat to put it on the wall. I hope it stays up. This will be heavy at the end, eh? Like the motor's going to be like, what, 80 pounds? This, the 2x and all the part and everything else on it. The only thing, if I had a plug up there, I'd have lit the thing up. I got LEDs and all sorts, well, like your cover over there, right? I got LEDs stashed. I got LEDs on the top of this.
Sorry about that, folks. The battery went dead in the camera. So we got a fresh battery in there, and Kevin was just talking about lighting above his display and upstairs.
Well, actually, talk about lighting this, because I think some lighting in these cases behind them, so they would glow from behind.
Oh, that
would have looked really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So lighting is such. So remember Larry Day, Channel 2 and 7 news guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I played hockey with Larry. And one time I'd asked him, because he and his wife, Christy McCullough, she wrote Wayne Gretzky's or Theron Fleury's book and Ghost Rider sort of thing, right? I asked him, Larry, and they had Pyramid Productions, they had like 30 staff. Why do Canadian movies or films, TV shows look so Canadian? You can tell right away. He says, well, let me put it this way. CSI, I'm not a CSI fan, but I've seen some of the shows, and you look at the depth that they get with the lighting. In the lab, there's different levels and things going on, so you get the depth of the image and gets rid of that black and white, gray, two-dimensional look.
Yeah.
He says the lighting budget that they have for one episode of CSI is greater than the entire budget for the one episode of the Canadian show.
Right.
That's it. Just like you said, why don't you use lights? Because it takes so long setting it up and all this and trial and error.
Yeah.
You get more skilled, you have less error, but still a lot of trial.
Lighting makes a huge difference, but again, and not making excuses and certainly not complaining, but for a one-man band who does the recording and the editing,
Full
and
smash.
the social media and
You
everything
get it.
else.
You don't need that.
I can do without lighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it does make a huge difference.
Huge difference. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So this is
that'd
a
be
little
cool.
project. It should be, well, the problem is it might sit on this, I have to rent a Zoom boom or a scissor lift to get it up over there. Move everything out, wheel it in.
Yeah, because it would be
Three
a challenge
guys.
with a couple of 60-year-old guys on step ladders trying
Well, that's the, yeah.
to get it up.
See, that picture up there, Valentino Rossi,
Yeah.
2019, Sepang, winter testing. That's 4x8. It's the same size as this. Looks tinier up there though, but it's 4x8.
Yeah.
Had to have a scissor lift down so we could lift it up. Same thing with the couches. They wouldn't fit up.
Oh,
it was too hard.
Okay.
So we just put them on the scissor
See, and I
lift
was just thinking, at least that you could have laid on the floor upstairs.
and
I
hung
don't
it
know if
over.
that doesn't go to the floor. Or
Well,
on
I still had to
counter
make
or
the French
whatever.
cleats to hang those
Yeah.
up there, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, those images I just bought from Shutterstock.
Well, you've got a ways to go before you have to worry about booking the scissor lift. So,
Well, the hard thing is, okay, lay it out, fine. This, easy. I put a screw in each of those, it's done.
yeah.
What am I going to do with that? I got to drill a hole top and either side, run a little wire, U it underneath, and twist tie it like a twist tie. Because I don't want to see a bunch of screws. See, this is
How
underneath.
thick is your plywood?
3/4 inch. Well, 23/32.
What if you sunk a magnet in the back of it?
You know how many magnets you need? One doesn't do much for this.
Okay, you didn't ask me about quantity.
Oh, yeah.
You were just looking for ideas.
The solutions, yeah. You're the idea guy.
I mean, these are big enough that you can do something with
Yeah.
them, but these little guys, boy, a magnet in the back would.
I've got all kinds of
lift.
wire. I've done some wire bending. See the fish over there? My trout I was making out of coat hangers? Paper mache.
I still like the magnets.
I'm a magnet guy.
Kevin, you got lots going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of
It's,
stuff
it's very
going on.
cool. Thank you for showing us your shop and your projects and all this cool stuff. Thank you for being with us. Instagram, podcasts, YouTube channel, check it out. We're here every second week, and hope you get something out of it. I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. If you have any questions for Kevin, send them through in the comments section, and I will get answers for you. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. We will see you again soon.